Hey everyone, Daniel here and welcome back to another video. I hope all of you are having a great day out there. As always, here today, we need to talk about Voyager Digital, but go more in depth into some very interesting things that have transpired here over the past couple of hours and past a day roughly. First and foremost, pertaining to a new platform addition, we're going to go through exactly what that is and the potential implications it has on Voyager moving forwards. Then a new analyst firm went ahead and initiated a buy rating on Voyager Digital stock. We're going to go through exactly what firm this is, some of the comments they made pertaining to price targets, assets under management, and new funded accounts. And lastly, we're going to finish it off by going through Voyager Digital stock, the VGX token, and other things along those lines, giving you my opinion on exactly what's happened here over the past 24 hours, what my thoughts are moving forwards into the future, and exactly what I'm doing. So if you end up enjoying this video and finding some value in it, please consider subscribing. Without further ado, let's get into the video. So first and foremost, what is the new cryptocurrency that just got added to the platform? Well, it is called Chilis, and I'm probably butchering that, but you can see exactly what it's spelled here on trading under ticker symbol CHZ. If you want to go more in depth and research what this cryptocurrency is, feel free to do so, but at its core, it is involved in the sports space. And if you can take a look at their Twitter here on the right, the world's first tokenized sports exchange. Very interesting stuff. And again, I'm not going to go too in depth into this cryptocurrency in this video. In fact, I'm not really going to talk about it at all, other than the fact that it is trading under ticker symbol CHZ for anyone interested, trading at around 23 cents at this moment in time, down pretty significantly over the past couple of months. And I really just want to focus in on, just spend a minute or two here, talking about new cryptocurrency additions onto the platform. Obviously, Voyager is focused in on really adding as many new cryptos as possible over the next couple of days, weeks, and months here as they really try to expand their cryptocurrency offering. And I've mentioned this in the past. The more cryptocurrencies that Voyager offers on their platform, the better, as it not only draws new eyes and new potential users to the Voyager platform, but it also engages its current users and its current user base to potentially go out and trade this cryptocurrency, potentially sell Bitcoin, buy a little bit of a CHZ here, potentially buy something else. It really does increase engagement on the platform whenever they do add a new cryptocurrency, in this case, this one here specifically. So, not a huge needle mover when it comes to Voyager Digital stock, the platform, the token, but it is more the idea, again, them continuing to add new cryptocurrencies that will be very beneficial here moving forward. So that's my opinion on that. Next here, we have Compass Point. Starts Voyager Digital at a buy, top crypto pick. So let's go ahead. It's quite short here. Let's just go ahead and read exactly what Compass Point here has to say about Voyager Digital stock. Obviously, I'm involved in both the stock and the Voyager token. Obviously, they're two rather different things, but they are intertwined more than most people think. But let's just go ahead, read this. I'm going to give you guys my opinion. First and foremost, Compass Point analyst Michael Del Grosso initiates coverage on Voyager Digital with a buy rating and a price target of 45 Canadian dollars. So that's in the 30s range when it comes to the exchange between the US dollar and the Canadian dollar. The analyst comments, "We initiate coverage on Voyager Digital Limited with a buy rating and a $45 Canadian price target. We believe that Voyager is a differentiated consumer app offering retail investors a unique trading opportunity into the crypto asset class. As compared to larger peers, Coinbase, Square, and PayPal, Voyager has a strong value proposition in that it has a zero commission trading model, offers a broader array of crypto trading pairs, and offers interest on a larger number of coins. We believe that this value proposition, combined with the large amount of dry powder, over $100 million in cash and potential marketing spend, should drive around 1 million incremental funded accounts by year-end 2022 and assets under management of around $11 billion. With shares currently trading at 10.3x our 2022 year estimates, or rather EPS, we believe shares represent one of the most attractive buying opportunities, or attractive opportunities within the blockchain/cryptocurrency industry. Initiate at buy." So a lot of very interesting things to unpackage here. First and foremost, they do talk about how Voyager does differentiate themselves from a lot of the larger companies out there like Coinbase and Square Square and PayPal. Voyager's zero commission business model, keep in mind, they do generate money off of each transaction. They collect a bit of a spread, which is baked into the price wherever you buy or sell a cryptocurrency on the platform. And they also mention the fact that Voyager has a large number of cryptocurrencies that they offer on their platform. And this is something that we just talked about. Voyager currently has over 60 digital assets, but that is expected to go up to around 90 over the coming months here. In my opinion, them getting to around 100 digital assets on the platform, it's only a matter of time before that happens. In my opinion, potentially by the end of the summer is when we can expect that triple-digit range. And again, really just differentiating themselves on that part. So again, nothing too interesting here, but then they talk about, again, their dry powder, around $100 million in potential marketing spend, very minimal debt on that front, should drive around 1 million incremental funded accounts by 2022. So first and foremost, when we talk about the calendar that they're using in this analyst coverage, or rather in this short analyst report, in my opinion, they're using Voyager Digital's fiscal year, which is 6 months ahead of the normal fiscal year. So when we talk about Voyager finishing 2021, they finish it at the end of June, not at the end of December. They're actually 6 months ahead. So when they're talking about year-end 2022, in my opinion, I clicked on something here. In my opinion, they're talking about June of 2022. So at this moment in time, in and around 1 year away, they expect around 1 million incremental funded accounts by that time. Keep in mind, currently Voyager is sitting at around 600,000 total funded accounts. We haven't gotten too big of an update in the past little while here, but in my opinion, that's around where we're sitting at currently based off of what we know, but around 1 million incremental funded accounts. So assuming that they have 600,000 currently, 1 million minus 600,000, that's 400,000 new funded account additions over the next 12 months, which is under 40,000 funded accounts added on a monthly basis. Now, currently, Voyager has been adding well over 100,000 total funded accounts on a monthly basis. So what Compass Point here is suggesting is that we potentially see a bit of a slowdown when it comes to growth in total funded accounts, which in my opinion totally makes sense to a certain extent at least. I see a path for Voyager to reach 1 million funded accounts potentially by the end of this year, if not closer to 1.5 million. I do think as long as cryptocurrencies don't enter a bear market, which is something, if you haven't yet watched my video from a couple of hours ago pertaining to the cryptocurrency crash that we just saw over the past couple of days here and how that affects Voyager Digital, Big Digital, Coinbase, all cryptocurrency brokerages and exchanges. Feel free to go watch that video as it goes in depth into my thoughts on what's happening in the crypto market and how that affects Voyager and other things along those lines. I'll leave that linked in the description down below. But as long as we don't see a cryptocurrency bear market, I see no reason as to why Voyager's growth in total funded accounts will decrease that substantially when it comes to month-over-month growth. Keep in mind, they do have Canadian expansion and European expansion coming, hopefully by the end of this year, as long as they scale their platforms correctly. So saying 1 million incremental funded accounts, I think they're being a little bit conservative, if not a lot conservative with this estimate here. But even at 1 million incremental funded accounts, they're assuming around $11 billion in assets under management. Again, we have no clue where assets under management are at this moment in time. The last kind of figure that we got a couple of months ago was well over $3 billion. But now that we've seen so much volatility in the cryptocurrency industry, we don't really have an idea as to where assets under management are. So hopefully if we do get some update, potentially by the end of June, early July, obviously that is the end of their fiscal year. Maybe they'll give us an update. Maybe we'll have to wait. But again, $11 billion in assets under management, that is expecting a significant rise in the price of cryptocurrencies because you're not even seeing a double up in the number of total funded accounts, but they're expecting assets under management to go up 3-4 times the latest kind of number that we got. And that was prior to this crash that we had in the cryptocurrency industry. So what essentially Compass Point here is saying that they expect cryptocurrencies to move up in a major way over the coming months and over the coming year here, but they expect total funded account growth to decline at least a little bit over the coming months. So you have these two kind of forces really fighting against each other. And even with this kind of almost conservativeness with with this 1 million total funded account number here, they still have them trading at around 10.3 times 2022 EPS. So that's, ridiculously cheap. I mean, value stocks at the end of the day trade at around a 20 price to earnings ratio. So to have Voyager trading at a 10 price to earnings ratio, again, using 2022 EPS, that's factoring in all revenue and all profits from the beginning of July of 2021 to the end of June of 2022. And this is something that we've been talking about on the channel a lot. It's the fact that, Voyager Digital is trading so ridiculously cheap to a point where even if crypto assets fall in a major way and revenue declines and profits decline, the stock is still trading cheap. So you really do have a situation that, Compass Point does kind of emphasize this, that this is one of the most attractive opportunities within the cryptocurrency space. And I totally agree with this. The platform that they have, the future that they have, and the ridiculously cheap valuation all paired together really do present a very interesting situation that, in my opinion, presents a lot of upside over the coming months and years with very minimal downside given that very low valuation. So those are my thoughts on this whole report here done by Compass Point. I think Voyager is poised for a lot of growth here over the coming months and coming years. I think 1 million funded accounts is a little bit conservative, but $11 billion in assets under management, that is quite optimistic, at least in my opinion. We'll see what happens moving forward. So anyways, last thing I want to touch on here is Voyager Digital stock and the VGX token. What has been happening and what are my thoughts looking into the future here? So again, I do recommend you watch my previous video on the crypto market and Voyager Digital stock. I go more in depth into exactly what's happening, but obviously we did see a negative day. We did bounce back pretty significantly from the lows we had just this morning, around $14 per share. Absolutely ridiculous. I mean, we've had a situation here over the past couple of weeks and months where Voyager just continues to execute on a high level, yet their share price continues to suffer. Now, in my opinion, we're really going to have to see some form of catalyst to emerge in order for Voyager Digital to really start moving again. They are obviously very undervalued, but it does seem that Wall Street and investors across the board are being very ignorant as to their valuation. So, with time, obviously it will correct, but in the short term here, we might need a bit of a catalyst to really reverse the momentum of the stock. In my opinion, first and foremost, reversal in the cryptocurrency market. We have had a rough couple of months here when it comes to Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, cryptocurrencies across the board. If we do see a bit of a reversal and change in sentiment around the cryptocurrency industry, that may benefit Voyager and Coinbase and Big Digital in a major way. We also are potentially expecting some form of uplisting to the Toronto Stock Exchange within the next couple of months here. NASDAQ uplisting hopefully early next year, but uplisting to a major exchange that potentially opens up the opportunity for larger institutional investors to start a position in Voyager Digital. That's another potential catalyst. And the last one here, we haven't had much transparency when it comes to what's been happening on Voyager over the past couple of weeks and months here. I mean, normally Voyager would kind of update us monthly when it comes to revenues and profits and assets under management, total funded accounts, but over the past couple of months here, we haven't really been getting any major updates. So in my opinion, one of the potential attributions to this decline we've seen in its stock price is potentially lack of clarity as to what's happening with Voyager, because this decline we've seen in the cryptocurrency market is more likely than not causing a lot of investors to panic and potentially even expect Voyager's revenue to decline, even though Voyager actually benefits from an increase in volume. That's my opinion on Voyager Digital stock. I am currently sitting at around 38% of my overall stock market portfolio is in Voyager Digital shares. I'm very confident in that, especially given the fact that they're trading at such a ridiculously cheap valuation. You can consider the stock a spec stock, but in my opinion, it's valued lower than a normal value stock, despite having the higher growth than a lot of growth stocks out there. So that's my opinion on Voyager Digital stock. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Then the VGX token, again, this one has been absolutely beat down over the past couple of months here, as we continue to experience delays in the Voyager token swap. Obviously, Steve Ehrlich did say that hopefully by the end of June, we can expect some form of swap to start with obviously the LGO token and the VGX token. If you don't know what that is, it's essentially a merger. They're merging two cryptocurrencies, one the VGX token, then the LGO token. That process should last around 30 to 45 days, which after that is complete, you're going to get the Voyager loyalty program, which is where the use case of VGX really does begin and emerge. So in my opinion, again, we're seeing continued improvements when it comes to Voyager's fundamentals, when it comes to total funded accounts and other things along those lines. And again, one of the main things you want to look at when it comes to the VGX token is how many funded accounts are on the Voyager platform, and how many people can actually end up participating in the Voyager loyalty program. And that number only continues to increase. So despite continued improvement in the fundamentals, in my opinion, of VGX, we continue to see a kind of decline and, really just non-movement in the price of VGX. So again, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I've been accumulating a lot of VGX here over the past month here. I consider myself very lucky, and in my opinion, this is a phenomenal opportunity. Keep in mind, I can't tell you to buy or sell a stock, cryptocurrency, or other things along those lines. That would be financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, and this is all just opinionated and should be considered as entertainment. But in my opinion, VGX, it's a phenomenal token that will do very well as long as Voyager executes as a company and works on their plan of implementing it significantly into pretty much all aspects of their platform. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you found any value in it whatsoever, please consider subscribing, and let me know in the comment section down below what your thoughts are on Voyager Digital stock, the VGX token, and the path both of them may take in the near future. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye.